Hi folks, I'm John with InspectorPrime. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to create, manage, and share your agent, client, vendor, and employee dashboards. To be clear, this is an advanced, optional component built within the InspectorPrime Office system. With it, you can create specific dashboards for specific audiences. This tutorial is extremely important. So follow along in your system. If you got any questions, be sure to reach out to us. Let's begin by discussing what these agent, client, vendor, employee dashboards provide you with. In a nutshell, these dashboards are fully customizable components of the InspectorPrime Office system that you will be able to edit and modify and share with these respective folks as you see fit. You could send them a link to this interface within an email that onboards them. You could have links on your website that leads agents and clients, vendors, employees, and so forth to these dashboards. They will require a free Airtable account. Remember, this entire system runs on Airtable, and free accounts allow your agents and clients and vendors and employees to view these dashboards as commenters or viewers. Ultimately, you can white label with logos and cover images every dashboard you see here. You can customize it with the text you want to display for your agents or your clients, your vendors, employees, and you can include links to your websites or important resources, contact information, and you can provide helper text here. When you get your InspectorPrime Office system, you will need to spend some time setting every dashboard up because, again, it is tailored to your company, your links, your agents, your clients, your employees, your vendors. And so there's no way for us to set it up for you ahead of time, although we've given you a good starting point here. I want to reiterate that this is an advanced feature of InspectorPrime. It's not necessary to set this up right away in order to begin using your system. So again, take your time with this sort of thing, because what we're creating here are components of your Office system that you're able to share with very specific audience members. And with that comes the responsibility to understand the internal workings of the system and how to create views for these respective folks so that they're only viewing data and information you want them to see. That's it for the overview. Next, we'll cover the agent, client, and vendor dashboards. We'll cover employee dashboards at the end, and we'll see that that dashboard is the most complicated and most expandable because you're dealing with creating a dashboard for your employees and creating very specific views so that you can share only the data with your employees that you wish to share. So we're here at the agent dashboard, and we see this sample setup here. Each bookmark represents an interface page that's already been created for your agents. And of course, we have InspectorPrime links over here that, again, serves as a simple sample. You're going to want to update your quick links, your contact information, and all of the helper text you see here so that it is agent-facing text. You get to set this up so that it matches your company's vision and what you want to present yourself as to your agents. Go into creator mode and you can see that we can add logos and cover images to brand these dashboards with your company's media. Now, let's start navigating through these interface pages. Each of these interface pages is built off of a component within your InspectorPrime Office system. The appointment listing is built off of your job and service management interface. It's important to note that right now this appointment listing lists every job and service within the InspectorPrime sample data system. When you go to edit this, we're going to change the filter at the top level. When we go to level 1 or level 2, we're going to add conditions so that the client's agent email is the current user's email. You're going to do that for every job and service management table you've got, whether it be the agent dashboard, the client dashboard, the vendor dashboard, or the employee dashboard. This filter ensures that the agent that is logged in to Airtable and is linked with this job as the client's agent only sees the appropriate job and service appointments that they're assigned to. And this is how you can use this system by simply sharing it in an email with your agents or putting a link on your website called Agent Dashboard Login. You put a link on there, they log into the Airtable account, they see this interface, and they're presented with only their jobs, only their services. Now let's dig further and let's take a look. We have these levels. We have 2 levels for this specific interface page, and they are the job management level and the service management level. Remember, every job in InspectorPrime is made up of services. So we have our job row right here that shows basic data about that agent's client's appointment. We see John Doe. We see the job overall start time and date, the address, the status of the job tags, and the statuses of the agreement and the payment. If the agent were to open that, they would open an agent job detail page that you're going to want to customize so you show only the information you want to show the agents. And we've got basic information regarding the overall job. It's important to note that we have a results section here, and this is a method to use to ensure that if the client wishes to share the results with the agent, they can. And all you do is make sure that the job field for share results with agent is marked yes. If it is marked yes, then this entire section will show. If it is marked no, then none of these results will show, giving you very fine control over how you share results with agents. And it's very simple as well. You simply apply the conditions as you see here. If there are no results files, this field won't show. And the same applies to the link to online results. And this is going to be the interface identified as the client portal in the inspection report. And again, you apply specific filters so that these only show when it's not empty, when the job is actually completed, and when the results are shared with the agent. And that same goes for the results files. The agent will also be able to see the services that the client ordered. And they will be able to see those services within this table right here. We see there's a mistake made here actually, and we can fix that. This is important when you're editing these views, because remember, this is an agent job detail. We don't want them seeing our internal job details. So when we go to this table here and we have the click into record details option, we want to be able to click into the record detail to see the status of that service, but we want to make an agent-specific layout. So if you want them to be able to click into a specific service and see the details that an agent should see, then simply create a new layout and edit the page to show those fields you want to show. For now, we're actually going to turn that off. We don't need them seeing those details. As a matter of fact, we really don't need this table at all, and we'll see why. So let's remove that. We don't need that table at all because underneath our job row, they can expand that job and they can see every service that is not a discount or a service fee. Let's be clear on that. That is tied to that job. And they can see again the service start time and end time. Many times those will be the same as the job start time and end time. But if there's specific tests such as radon testing, then they'll see different service start times and end times there. Now, they can also see the employee, the inspector assigned to the job or service. They can see the status of the individual services and the service tags that give a little bit more granular detail on what the status of that service is. What they cannot do is see those details because they don't need to see them. The job record detail is enough. The service record rows is enough for the services. Let's move on to the available time slots, the service menu, recommended contractors, knowledge base, and glossary. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this. We've already created tutorials to show you how you can take components from your InspectorPrime Office system, embed them into your website. Well, the same resources that you've got on your website or in your public resources interface here are the same ones that you can copy or duplicate and put within your dashboards. So the available time slots shows your available time slots with a link to your public booking form they can quickly navigate to. The service menu, of course, shows your entire service menu. And again, you show what you want to show. If you want to show the base price, then put it on there. If you just simply want to show the description, keep that there. Add, remove, modify as you see fit. If you want to share recommended contractors within an agent dashboard, simply duplicate that public resource from your interface here and place it in here, modifying it to fit what you want to show your agents. And the same goes for the knowledge base and the glossary. That just about covers a broad overview of how to manage and edit your agent dashboard. When you get your system, you got it all set up with the baseline interfaces. Go ahead and take a few moments and evaluate whether or not you want to use this advanced feature of InspectorPrime. If you've got any questions, be sure to reach out to us. Book online training, and we'll be happy to show you how you can use this and how you can conduct advanced or add advanced features to your system. We're happy to help out. Next, we'll move on to the client and vendor dashboards. The client dashboard looks very similar to the agent dashboard. It's got very similar bookmarks. It's got all the same company links and helper text that the agent dashboard has. And again, when you get this system, you tailor it to your company's image with regards to the logos that will be displayed up top, with regards to the quick links and the contact us information, and all of the client-facing helper text here. You'll want to modify that. Let's go to the appointment listing and view what a client can see when they're in their client dashboard. Recall that we show all of this sample data because we want you to be able to see a lot of data in here and view InspectorPrime for what it is. But when a client logs in, they would only see their assigned jobs and services. They won't be able to click into their services unless you create a client service detail page, because this is pretty much the only thing they need to see with regards to services. With regards to their job, say Linda Jones here, they'll be able to see, of course, the job date and time start, the property address of for their services, the overall status, some job tags, and the agreement and payment status. Let's open up Linda Jones, and we can see this client job details page here. They can see all that basic information as well, and they'll be able to see the results, whether or not they're sharing them with the agent, and a link would show here, and if you upload files, files would show here as well. And they'll be able to click that to go to their client portal that shows all of their inspection reports, files, images, and so on. And of course they can see basic information regarding what they ordered. And this matches up with what they see below their job row over here. They see air quality testing, mold testing, and pre-purchase inspection. They can also see the employees assigned to that. So Dick took care of the air quality testing, the pre-purchase inspection, and of course Ben Grimm is our mold vendor. He took care of the mold testing for this client. So that's what they can see as a client. And again, if they need to book additional services, they could always click this link up here, go to your booking form, and create a new booking. They can also view just what the agent views: available time slots, your service menu, recommended contractors. They can view your knowledge base and your glossary, all within the client dashboard as well. Again, you're going to want to spend some time with this. Decide exactly what you want within your client dashboard, how you display that login within your website. Generally, it'll just be a link, and whether or not you want to share this in your automations, your automated emails, when a job is confirmed. Do you want to send a link to your client dashboard and let them know, hey, you can just create a free Airtable account here, and you'll be able to see a quick record of your new booking, and you'll be able to track the status as we work on it. Additionally, they'll be able to, of course, go in their appointment listing when they do that, and they'll be able to click on their job and see the results as well when those are populated. It's your choice. The workflow is your choice. Again, this is an optional advanced feature of InspectorPrime. Now we'll move on and take a look at the vendor dashboard. Okay, we're at the vendor dashboard. Now we're starting to get into the dashboards that give you a little bit of different functionality. You want to consider the information you want to provide your vendors. So say, for example, for our sample company, we only have one sample vendor, and that's our mold testing guy, Ben Grimm. And so we'll see all of his appointments and commissions in these interface pages that you see here in the bookmark section. But you really want to sit down and decide, hey, what interface pages do I want to design so that my vendors can log in and quickly see their assigned service appointments so they can do the job we've assigned them. And how do we let them know, hey, your commission's been logged, it's been approved, and here's the payment due date, you can expect it by this date, and here's whether or not it's been paid or not. So you'll see that, again, you want to update all of this with your logo, with your imagery, with your contact information. You want to make this a vendor-facing text here and down here. We simply set up this as a baseline. Let's go to the vendor dashboard appointments interface page, and we'll see, quite simply, for Ben Grimm, again, he's our mold guy, we can see the mold tests that he's got out there. And this will automatically populate based on what we do with our jobs and our services within our job and service management interface. You don't have to update this individually. This is now simply part of your system that feeds information to your vendor dashboard and shows your vendors, again, based on a filter that filters them by user's email, an Airtable, and allows them to see what their assigned services are. So again, you have this link on your website, or you shoot your vendor an email and say, hey, create an Airtable account. I'm going to add you as a commenter or viewer to this InspectorPrime Office system, and you'll be able to see your appointments and your commissions. It's our way of making it easy to communicate with you. And we'll see when we open a mold testing record here, we actually see these basic details. Hey, when does it start? When does it end? What's the duration? What's the current status and service tags? What's the service address? What's the vendor's total commission? What job is it tied with, so they can reference it with you when they call you. And of course, what service is it? And more importantly, what parties are involved? They know, hey, it's himself doing the actual mold testing. They know the client's Jim Miller, the client's agent is Chloe Cruz, and they know the additional agent. Now, we haven't shared contact information for these folks, but you could create separate vendor views, so where if they click the client, they can see the client's name, phone number, and email. Same for the client's agent. They click it, they have a vendor view only, showing the client's agent's phone number, email, whatever you want to show that vendor, so they can do their job. So they don't have to communicate with you and say, hey, what's Chloe's phone number real quick? You can provide that for them. But that's up to you to share that information. Additionally, when you add a vendor to your system as a commenter, they can comment within each service record, and they can communicate with you regarding that service directly within your system. So that stays on phone calls and emails. They can tag you, ask you questions. You can have conversations right in your system. It makes it very easy to manage your vendors and your operations. Now let's take a look at commissions. When the vendor goes to the commissions listing, they'll be able to see every commissions record that's been assigned to them. And of course, you create that in your commission management interface page. They can filter a group as usual, search as well, and they can see what's been paid, what's approved, what's pending, so on and so forth. When they open that up, again, they can see the basic details, and they can comment. So if you got to communicate about a commission on a certain job, maybe the commission percentage changed or the job itself changed, you all can communicate with each other within that specific commission record. Again, saving phone calls, saving emails, and making a historical record of communications with your vendors regarding commissions in your InspectorPrime Office system. That is the basics of the vendor dashboard. Now, this is only what we've created. Again, it's a baseline. So don't think that you can't add more interface pages here. You most certainly can. If you wish to design additional functionality or features into your system and add that to your vendor dashboard, or really any of these dashboards, you've got the power to do that. When we deliver the system to you, it's yours. Play around with it, make the changes, and make it fit what you want to do. Now we're going to go on in the next portion of this tutorial and talk about the employee dashboard, which is arguably the most powerful dashboard in the system and the one which is going to take you the most amount of time to set up. So we're in the employee dashboard, and again, this is going to be perhaps the most time-consuming, the most detailed dashboard you set up for your company. InspectorPrime Office and our reporting systems are all built on Airtable. When you get your system, there's going to be a lot to take in. That's mostly because you're in full control, right? So when it comes to how your data is manipulated, who can edit it, view, comment on it, so on and so forth, you're going to want to take some time to evaluate just how you use and share that information within your company as well. We've already seen how you can do that with the vendor dashboard. Your vendors are unlikely to need their own Airtable account to edit your system. They simply need to view what services they're assigned to and the commissions they're being assigned. Your employees, on the other hand, are likely to have access to your InspectorPrime Office system so that they can create office records, so that they can create leave requests and new schedules and modify equipment records, in addition to perhaps editing their projects and task status or creating additional tasks for themselves, creating mileage logs in the vehicle management system as well as maintenance logs, and so on and so forth. So we have built one interface page here to get you started, which is the job, services, and commissions interface page. And we'll see that shows them, quite frankly, their jobs, services, and commissions all in one very clean view. What you do from there is up to you. Perhaps you go to the projects and tasks interface and you duplicate the listing there inside of the employee dashboard, and you filter those projects and tasks that are only assigned to specific employees, by their user email. What you build is going to be up to you. And it's going to take you a little bit of time to figure that out, because you've got so many features packed into this system and so many possibilities. But once you do get it locked on, you're going to find that operating is easy, because most of your business data is within this system. You don't have to go out and get additional programs like PDF programs or Word or Excel or Google Sheets or additional form programs. You can all make it inside of InspectorPrime Office. So with that said, again, you'll want to update this so it's employee-facing text. You can create documentation in here to match how you operate within your business. Let's go on and see the jobs, services, and commissions listing. And again, this would be filtered to the employee's email so that only his jobs, services, and commissions show up. This has 3 levels to it. It has the job. Let's go ahead and open up or close some of these. Let's go ahead and focus on Linda Jones. Now Linda Jones, here's the job row right here. Basic information again. Open it up and you see the entire job record. You will no doubt want to change this page detail so that it doesn't provide your employee with all of this data, with all this information. If, of course, you're the owner and you want to use this, you don't need to do that. But if you've got multiple employees or contractors that work for you as inspectors, you're going to want to change this page to show only the details you want them to see. They don't need to see all of this behind the scenes information regarding gross revenue and gross profit margin, etc. Let's go back here to Linda Jones, and we can see that the next level is the services. So this job has the following services tied to it. And for this, we'll actually show not just the actual services that require action, but service fees and discounts as well. So let's open up foundation type basement. That's just a simple service fee. And they can see this right here. And they can scroll down those services. Let's go ahead and open another one. Zip code fee. Square footage fee. We can open up Bill Jones. We can see that for his radon testing, this third level commissions has an assigned commission amount of $74.70. That employee can go in here and click on that and view his commission record details. For the square footage fee, for the foundation type, and none of these are in there just yet because it's still pending. The pre-listing inspection, you can see he's getting $176.70. And so now you can provide your employees with very specific information tailored just to them without exposing perhaps the underlying operational data that as an owner you may not want them to see. And again, this is just a baseline. What you do from here, in addition to jobs, services, and commissions, and how you take the rest of your components and integrate them into your employee dashboard is up to you. It's a very powerful system. It can be a bit complicated at times. So again, I highly encourage you. We don't just put this here to put information out there for no good reason. Yes, it's sample data, but email us, call us, view our knowledge base, schedule a live training, and we can show you very quickly how to manipulate your system so that it matches your workflow. Thanks for joining me.